Okay, now we're going to test the GMK7550 Lift with the luffing jib on it. So let's go to start it up, and we get our nil reply. So everything worked out okay. And we'll go ahead and configure the Lift with luffer. Put in 125 foot of main. We'll use a 121 foot luffing jib. We'll go to 81 degrees main, and we'll use 110 foot for our radius, and we'll use 100 foot for our hook height. So apparently everything configured just fine. Crane looks good. Let's look at it from a plan view, and the radius is dead on the money. Everything looks good. Let's move this payload out a bit here so it's a little bit more of a reach to grab it. Look at things from an isometric view here. And if we remember, all of our commands begin with the 7550. So once we hit 7, they all come up in front of us, and we can try rotating a carrier, and that works fine. Let's see what else we can do. We can do Lift luffing jib go to, and we can pick the node in the apex of the rigging there, and now we're connected to the payload. That worked out pretty well. Now we can look at our load layers and find that we've got 7550 J load. That's what we want to put the payload on. So we'll do CHPROP, grab that payload, and put it on that layer, 7550 J load. Okay, looks good. Let's go to type in a 7 again, and now we get something. We should find a command that looks like it adjusts, yep, jib hook elevation. Okay, we're at 60. Let's go to 120. And the load raises with the hook, so that works well. Let's type in 7 again. Lift luffing move. Okay, that grabs the crane and all the parts and moves it together. Do an undo, put it back into position, and now we can bounce between working with the menu and typing things in if we want. Doesn't matter. Swing, can swing by eye. That looks good right there. And we can jib up or down. And we're at 114.7. Let's go out to 120. And we're at 31.7 degrees to the horizon, so that still looks good. And let's see, what else can we do? We can telescope with the luffer on it. We're at 125 feet now. Let's go out to 163. And let's be at 130 foot radius. And that worked well. That worked fine as well. And now we look and see what other commands we can test. And we're somewhat running out of them, but we can always change the luffing jib from 121 to say 161. Go much longer. And we'll keep our hook height up there at about 120 feet. Oops, excuse me, I adjusted the radius. So that's kind of at an incline for that long jib that we put in there, but that's okay. Let's move that payload. The node buried up in the tip of that payload. Let's move it to the node buried in the hook there. Okay, now we're reconnected. And let's see, what else can we do? We can adjust the main angle. It's at 81 right now. Let's go out to 70. Looks good. And I think the last command that we can exercise that we haven't used already, oh, there's a couple of them. We could add the main hook for those rare occasions where we have a two-hook operation. Doesn't happen very often. And we can remove that main hook. And then the last command that we haven't tested yet is spinning the hook. And that works well. So that tests all of the commands for the GMK Mega Lift with Luffer. Thank you.